Hey, gang, you're listening to Lisa Marie Varon, a.k.a. Victoria from WWE, a.k.a. Tara from Impact Wrestling, TNA, and you're listening to WNS Podcast, and if you are not tuned in, I'm going to come back and Widow's Peak your butt.
You're listening to the official Wrestling News Source podcast. For all of your information, go to WrestlingNewsSource.com or check us out on Facebook by searching WrestlingNewsSource.com or WNS Podcast. You can also find us on YouTube, Twitter, Stitcher, and iTunes by searching Wrestling News Source Podcast or WNS Podcast. Now being broadcast in over 45 different countries, here are your hosts, Daniel Herron, Tyler Abear, and Doug.
That's right. What's up, everyone? I am Daniel Herron.
I'm Tyler Abear.
I'm Doug.
And we welcome you to episode 175 of the official podcast for WrestlingNewsSource.com. For all of your information, go to WrestlingNewsSource.com. Check us out on Facebook, WrestlingNewsSource.com. You can find us on Facebook, WNS Podcast, on YouTube, WNS Video, and on iTunes, Wrestling News Source Podcast.
Guess what?
What?
You can find us on Stitcher,
What?
Beyond Pod, and Player.fm.
No way.
You know how?
No.
Search Wrestling News Source Podcast to find us.
It all makes sense now.
You can find the main site on Twitter at WN Source. We are at WNS Podcast. Daniel's at WNS_Daniel. Tyler's at Tyler_Abear.
Very cool.
Sucker.
Yeah, so welcome to the show. Got a lot to talk about this week. Gonna have some really cool segments for you guys, including a special interview with former WWE Diva, former Knockout champion, Lisa Marie Varon. You know her as Tara, you know her as Victoria. We know her as Lisa. Really cool. So definitely something to look forward to. But first, how you guys doing? You guys doing all right this week?
Doing good.
Yeah.
Glad to be back in the studio.
Yay!
Also to come...
Apartment.
apartment. Yeah. No. It's just...
Do we need to make him pay rent?
I'm glad to be back hanging out with y'all. Pretty rough weekend.
Yeah.
And last few days. Just with like
No
a lot
fun.
of stuff with like work and
A lot of people wanting
personal
to...
life. So.
Yeah, a lot of craziness going on. But we're glad that you're back. Happy to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yep.
Doug, how are you doing this week?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool deal. Did you have a good weekend?
I was okay.
Yeah. All right. So welcome to the show. Let's dive on into some of the feedback that we got. First one's coming to us from Alan.
In the pool.
Everyone in the pool. From Alan from Stitcher saying, hey guys, first off, thanks for choosing me for the prize pack. I got my Thunder in Paradise t-shirt and it is awesome.
Cool.
I'm with you guys on so many things. The Kane and Daniel Bryan storyline is so bad that it hurts. I'm still not sold on Cesaro's music either. I liked it better when he didn't have any music. It felt pretty old school with that. Thank you for your Legends House lineup. For me, if they were to perfect human cloning, I would clone Khali 7 times and put all 8 Khalis in the house. Keep up the good work. Hashtag B plus penis. Hashtag push Khali.
Is Alan secretly Seth also?
I think...
Alan, let us know if you're secretly Seth.
Yeah, are you secretly Seth, or is Seth leading a cult, or what's going on here?
Nah.
Follow the collie.
Follow the Khalis.
Not only would I not watch that show, but I would not give a
Has
review
his
on that
arm
section
strapped like that and
either.
goes,
So.
"Buh."
Buh. So,
That
yeah.
sounds bad, but...
So thanks for the feedbacks from Alan. I do appreciate it. Next bit of feedback's coming from 8 Luke S saying a comedy gimmick match involving size without Khali. Hashtag bullshit. Hashtag push Khali.
Wait,
What's going on?
I didn't read any of the comments before we started this week. Are they all about collie?
At least for feedback, yeah.
Wow.
See what you guys have started.
You know
That
what?
was Seth
I know
Rickson.
what Seth did.
Y'all encouraged it.
People are
Y'all
listening
outvoted
to
me.
Seth,
I tried to make it.
and I think Seth is secretly inviting people to like the Great Khali
recruiting.
WWE Universe page.
He's recruiting.
I think he is like Seth Rickson is.
Seth Rickson is everybody.
No, I think Seth Rickson catfished like 20 accounts, and it's really just him. Have you ever seen Catfish? He's like all 20 of these people talking about collie. He's like having conversations with himself right now.
I tried to get you guys to not vote for Khali, but y'all insisted, and now y'all are paying the
Hey, I
price
still
for
like
it.
Khali, okay?
Y'all making me
I
pay the
still
price
like
for it
Khali.
too, and I do not
He's
like
Joe
that.
Cool, aka Joe Cool. I still like him.
Anyways, so thank you for the feedback. We do have some feedback, but it pertains into the Q&A, so make sure you stick around for that. But let's... Well, What did I just say?
We'll see.
We'll dive on into it.
We'll dive into some
more diving, head
this
first,
is,
neck first.
The Kali section.
So, but it is time to dive on into what happened to Raw.
We need to make like a little Kali bumper for the Kali segment.
Kali sighting. Bah! Anywho, so we kick things off with Raw with the Shield coming out. Talking about how they're still standing. If if that's the best that Evolution has got with the beatdown that they received last week, then they seriously need to make some adjustments because it's not going to be enough to stop the Shield.
Do you believe in the Shield?
I do believe in the Shield, and we got to see the limo come into the arena, and Evolution was getting out, and Triple H had to sign some documents, and Shield decided they're not going to wait around. They charged the backstage area and put a beat down on
those motherfuckers.
Evolution.
They're going to jump them quick.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did. So, Doug, what do you think about this opening segment?
I was down with it. I liked I liked most of the mic work. I liked what they had to say.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I liked that they wanted to fight, so they didn't wait around. They saw them come up, so they took the fight to them. I was good with it.
Definitely. And it added a little flair to this feud.
I could have done without Roman saying, "I'm going to make you believe in me," because they're so much of their identity is them as a team.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't really feel like. I mean, it was fine whenever they were deliberately teasing dissension, but it felt real out of place for him to be like, "I'll make you believe in me." It's about me.
I'm the big dog.
Right. Well, I mean,
I the time to do it.
I like when they call him the big dog.
Yeah.
I don't, when they're like, "You okay, big man?" I like when they do it, but I don't like when he refers to himself that way. You know what I mean?
That mic work where Reigns was kind of pacing back and forth, and was it Ambrose or Rollins when he turned around? He was
Rollins.
like, "Hey, you're looking a little pissed off there."
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for all that stuff, if they're doing this right now, it's not time for them to split. So why are they doing this right now when they teased it a while back, but now they're a unit.
Yeah,
for sure. They're taking on Evolution. It's not time.
I think
to
it's
do
one
that.
of those where he's building more confidence in himself.
Yeah.
So
save it for Rollins and Ambrose. I like when they refer to him as big man and big dog because it shows camaraderie. But when he does it, it comes off as I'm about myself. You know what I mean?
Right. So so all in all, it was a pretty strong start to Raw. I know a lot of people felt that this Raw was kind of off. I had good feelings about this one. I thought it was much better than last week's. The crowd was more into it. Some of the matches had progressive storylines. So I didn't have a big issue with Raw. But the first matchup, we got to see RVD going up against Jack Swagger. The bell rings, and we get to hear the mystical music of the Exotic Express. And Adam Rose comes down to cause a distraction and gets RVD the victory.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of him on NXT, and I really didn't get to see too much before the network came, and I didn't get to see him as Leo Kruger. So I still don't know too much about him. But right now it's just the entrance, all that stuff is the hype, and I want to see what else is going to go on, but I don't know how it's going to turn out with him and Swagger. So we will see.
Because the match itself, I think they said it was 20 seconds long.
Well,
but,
all they did was he came out and paraded around, and then as soon as Swagger turned around, RVD hit the kick, and that was the finish.
Yeah.
So what do you think about this whole Adam Rose Jack Swagger feud that seems to be going on?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know that there's anything to say at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, all they've done is
not much.
Yeah, not much. I mean, I don't have any problems with it. I just it hasn't developed to the point where I think you could even have an opinion about it at this point. I mean, he just paraded around.
Do you think that Swagger is a good opponent for Rose to introduce himself to?
Well, not having seen enough of Rose's work, I don't know if they would match up well.
Right.
And Swagger's not a guy who's gonna be a great promo. I mean, that's why Zeb's there. So I don't know if he's gonna be able to. Zeb seems to be a good enough foil for him if he's gonna be doing all the talking, like him, because they are such polar opposites as people. I guess they could play off each other well. But as far as will his ring work complement Rose's, I don't know.
And that's the thing. Like Tyler said, you've only seen so much on NXT with him as Adam Rose, and the hype is all around his entrance, not necessarily his matches. His matches are like 5 minutes, and then he's done. So it'll be interesting to see where they go from that. But RVD does end up getting the victory. That takes us into the next matchup: Paige versus Alicia Fox, and we definitely got to see a different side of Alicia Fox. They gave her the microphone. She gave out a promo saying, "Hey, you've pissed off everyone in the back. No one wants you here. Why don't you just leave?" Showed a much more aggressiveness than we've seen in the past from Alicia Fox. Paige ends up getting the victory. It was probably like 1 or 2 moves of offense that Paige got in. Yeah,
she literally only hit her finish.
Yeah, and but Paige did end up getting the victory. And Alicia Fox kind of went berserk around the announce table, and
I'll put it this way: it's the match. If it had been Cena in it, people would have been like shitting all over it.
Yeah, like, he just took all the punishment, right, and then hit the STF and won.
Right.
So yeah. So I mean, it was definitely that. That's exactly the best way to describe that match.
Also, was it main event we just saw?
Yeah.
Whatever. Alicia Fox grabbed the mic and said something again. A little, not as much.
I really got the impression they were so like unconvincing, the commentary team, about how they're like being like, oh well, she's doing what she's doing. We're not really gonna say it. You could tell they were like, you just flung that fucking drink all over me. Like, she's not of the status that could get away with flinging drinks all over them, but they had to play it off on camera anyway,
And then she took JBL's hat.
Right. You can tell they were like, they had to sell it for the camera, but they were like,
bitch.
Who the fuck do you think you are? You're nobody.
So and there were
come over here taking people's shit.
And there were rumors going around. There were immediately rumors going around that she was quitting, and that was her sort of farewell and all that. But that proved to be
I didn't take it that way. I just took it as they were like very unconvincing as, oh, I don't want to mess with her. They were clearly like,
hey, stay away from her. Hey, she's coming back. Get away.
Yeah, they were clearly like, who the fuck does she think she is?
I chuckled a bit whenever she first hit her hand on the announce table, and then she was, ow! They're like, is she all right? She all up there?
I don't have any problems with Alicia, though.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I don't either.
She likes that tilt-a-whirl backbreaker a lot, doesn't she? She does it like 4 times.
That's her offense, man.
That's her offense.
Like, it's flashy. So, yeah, Paige ends up defeating Alicia Fox. Next up, we got to see Daniel Bryan come out and talk about the path of his career, the journey, and the dangers of his offensive style, and that it may have taken its toll because he has to have neck surgery this week. Really kind of shocking stuff. You don't know if it's like storyline or if it's, or if it's real. And, turns out, yeah, he's going to have neck surgery this week. He might be out, I think they said anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks.
I heard like 6 to 8.
Yeah.
I think that's like,
probably
on the, that's probably not the conservative end of the spectrum either.
Yeah.
Especially with neck, you would think that would be more, but.
Well, I heard that it's less serious than, Edge and Stone Cold. I mean, with neck surgery, it's always serious,
right,
but it's, not as endangering, I guess. Like he could make a full recovery and be fine, and just be out 6 to 8 weeks. So, really couldn't come at a worse time,
Yeah.
I mean, he is like jinxed or something.
It's that New Orleans voodoo. I'm telling you guys.
I wonder if they're gonna do like he's got to drop the titles, or he's gonna do what did CM Punk got hurt when he did that long reign? They just let him keep it.
Yeah, he went for a while without defending it.
Well, I think what I had heard is they're waiting to see how the surgery goes before they decide. Because before I'd heard that, I was like, well, because they did like a further injury angle later on in the show, and I thought I would much have, at that point before I had heard they were waiting to see how long he could possibly be out, I thought to myself, I would much rather have seen Stephanie come out and just demand that he vacates the titles. I think it'd be better heat for her, better sympathy for him, and make for a much better return when he came back.
Yeah.
But I guess if they're not sure if they're going to have him vacate, then I guess they're just hanging on. That was the safest road till then. I guess if he has to get in Thursday, then that's the safest way they could have gone about it.
Mm-hmm. But I'm telling you guys, it's that New Orleans voodoo. Someone put a hex on him or something, because, man.
Poor guy. I mean, literally on top of the world.
Yeah.
To all
losing everything.
Yeah.
You know, losing his father, losing Connor. You know, now he has to have neck surgery, and it's tough breaks, man. So
yeah, I feel really bad. He's clearly, I think, one of the reasons so many fans tend to rally around him and why he's so popular is you can tell like he seems to be a really genuine good guy, and I think that's part of the reason he's so popular.
Yeah.
So it's sucks to see like a good dude go through some tough times.
And did you see the reports that some of the officials in WWE actually think that the yes chant is, you know, they're not chanting yes in support of Daniel Bryan, they're chanting yes just to chant yes?
Well, I don't agree with that.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't agree with that either, because that's, you know,
still people feel that way.
You know, when Sheamus comes out, the fans
there.
aren't chanting yes. When Cena comes out, the fans aren't chanting yes. When Daniel Bryan comes out, place goes off. So
he still gets a really good reaction.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy that people still feel that way. All the shit that's happened, you truly don't think that they're chanting yes because
you know, some people are just stuck in their ways. So, but you know, we certainly do hope that Daniel Bryan gets a quick recovery and comes back better than ever. Because, damn,
with a robotic arm.
Well, maybe not that far.
It's a neck.
Yeah,
robotic neck and arm,
neck and arm.
leg
and leg. Damn.
Why are you trying to pile on parts he doesn't
Why are you
need?
making him cyborg?
and heart.
Robotic heart too?
I don't know.
Anything else?
I'm just messing. Whole robotic bite. There's a
robotic-
robotic clone of
robotic
Daniel Bryan
beard?
versus. Oh, that'd be weird.
Oh, that's weird. Robotic heart, neck,
No, that's
arm,
normal.
leg.
That's normal.
That's all normal.
How
Yeah.
would you book Robo
Robotic
Bryan's
beard.
return? He comes. I mean, because you got to
Or
think about.
instead
Like,
of Cyborg, would it be Cy Bryan?
I don't know. How would you book his return? Because clearly there's going to be some fairness issues.
And is he cyborg
I just
or
randomly said
android?
all this stuff. I don't really have.
Is he
any plan.
robot, android, or
Well,
cyborg?
spoiler alert: we don't have a Totals Diva segment, so you better fill some time and fantasy book this.
Fuck.
Fantasy book Brian's return as a cyborg.
Is he cyborg, android, or robot? Because if he's gonna go robot, then you're gonna have to do everything, not just neck, arm, leg, and heart.
He's cyborg.
Cyborg. Okay.
Then he's gonna take out Kane and Evolution. He's gonna shoot missiles at them. I don't know, fucking know, because he's robotic. He has missiles in him.
So Evolution and Kane are
Fantasy
standing in the
booking
ring.
sucks.
I know, right?
So let me get this
I'm
right.
not prepared for this shit. I
Evolution-
just randomly said shit.
So Evolution and Kane are standing in the ring. Is Stephanie there as well?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
I don't even look. You guys are way ahead of yourselves because I don't even know how he passed the physical to come back. Because there's clearly some issues because he has metal body parts.
But he's good to go. He can perform.
Right, but it clear is he
And
in the
he's got
site
weapons,
is
apparently.
but he'd have to start a cyborg division for it to be fair, right?
Yeah, that's
Well,
true.
That's what it's like. Yeah, you can't just go around clocking people with metal limbs. It's not like a metal rod. His whole
Well, that's
fucking
what
limb.
I'm saying. Make him an android where the
has
metal
to pull
part is
punches.
underneath the synthetic skin.
He has to agree to pull his punches.
Well, that's why I say, make him an android so the metal will be underneath a softer skin. So you got Kane, Evolution, Stephanie
First of all,
McMahon.
Brian's got a peaky promise to pull his punches.
It's gonna pull his punches.
You know, Ring of Honor, they have the code of honor. Brian has the
Yes.
pinky swear before he
But
starts.
see, we don't have to worry about that because according to Tyler, he's gonna shoot missiles. He's gonna.
Why would he have to agree to pull punches if he's going to shoot missiles at people?
So is this music? Is his music gonna hit? Is he gonna come in through the crowd, or how does this play out?
Okay, there's a difference between shooting people with missiles than
Yeah.
wrestling. Okay.
Well, obviously, because
Yeah.
you're talking about life and death here.
Yeah.
So-
Big difference. We get it.
Well, okay.
So you've
they're
got the
gonna pretend to be
authority.
dead, but there's gonna be a trap door in the ring, and then they're all gonna like disappear, whatever, when the missiles hit and like big explosion.
Oh, so they came prepared.
Yes.
They knew
They're
he
not
was
gonna really die.
okay.
Yeah.
But it's gonna. I mean, is it gonna look like they evaporated it from the explosion?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
That's what I was talking about. And Brian's actually a robot, but they're gonna work a fake death with missiles. Brian is shoot robot, but they have to work the death so guys.
you don't want him to get hurt.
He can't. Yeah, he can pull his punches, and he can't hit him. He can't do snug punches because that's still gonna hurt.
I mean, is his face all normal, or is it? I mean, how much? Okay, so we've got one leg, one arm, heart, neck. What else?
We'll leave it like
And
that.
he has to have something in order to launch the missiles. So does that come out of his shoulder,
Yeah, he has
or
like some weird back thingy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like maybe his spine is robotic. I don't know.
does he still have the long hair and the long
Yeah,
beard?
we'll leave that.
Okay,
Yeah, no robotic beard.
okay. I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
So
He
trapdoor,
can shoot trapdoor.
trapdoor for 6
I
people.
go to the bathroom.
5,
This is
6
clearly
people.
going to go on for a while. I'll be back in a minute.
This is in the middle of Raw too.
Yeah. So it's happened. Is it okay? Do you kick off Raw? Do you start the second hour, or do you start the third hour, or do you close out the show with the missiles?
Close out the show.
Close out the show.
Yeah.
Okay. So would you lead into the segment throughout the night? Be like, man, I'm so glad Daniel Bryan's gone. I heard that they had to replace his arm with a plunger, and I mean, how does this work out? Play it out for us, man.
God. It's not gonna be a plunger. It's gonna be like a full robotic arm with missiles.
Right, but they've got to make fun of him.
Yeah. So
So he's got missiles in his arm and a rocket launcher that comes out of his shoulder.
I guess they're gonna make fun of him because they're gonna wear like someone's gonna pull their arm inside their sleeve and all that stuff, and I guess have like
So
a
they're gonna
stick
be-
or something like that.
Okay.
Someone's gonna have like an eye patch trying to make fun of him, even though he doesn't like his eyes are fine or whatever.
He's still gonna have normal vision. He's
Yeah,
not gonna have like one of
normal
those
vision.
zoom eyes or whatever.
No.
Okay. So they're gonna be basically they're in the ring to taunt him,
Yeah.
and then he comes out and is like, "No, screw you, jerks.
Yeah. Fuck you, motherfuckers.
Fuck you, motherfuckers. Have some rockets."
Yeah. Have some rockets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would he say have some rockets, or would he say suck on this, or
Suck on this rocket.
suck on this rocket? Okay.
But
And that-
Stephanie's gonna be outside the ring.
she's not gonna be in the ring.
No, she's not gonna be.
So
inside the
she's
ring.
in risk of the blast radius.
Yes.
Does she get injured?
I think she jumps into the audience.
Okay. So she has time to duck out.
Oh no. Bautista doesn't get it either because we need him for Guardians of the Galaxy too.
So
Even though it's fake, whatever. But,
And the movie's already shot.
well, for the second one,
The sequel.
the sequel.
Right.
So Triple H and Randy Orton and Kane.
So they're all under the ring.
Yeah.
But Batista's okay.
Yeah.
Is he still in the ring, or does he go under the ring?
I think he brings Stephanie out.
Or
to
does
the
he turn
audience.
into Brass Body
Brass Body?
from Man with the Iron Fists?
Yeah, he could do that.
And so that's how he's okay. Right?
Have we lost any listeners by now?
I'm sure we have.
Okay.
But let's just roll with it.
Okay, sure. We're
Okay.
trying to fill time until Doug gets back and we'll finish talking about Raw.
I mean, we can easily go back into Raw, but I just want to know,
okay.
we're diving into the mind of A-Bear here.
Oh, I just randomly said shit, and
Yeah.
you want me to elaborate on stuff I just
I mean,
randomly
there's obviously
spit out.
there's something going on up there, and we got to know what it is. Because,
My head is full of random thoughts.
yes,
Just
it is.
random. It doesn't. I don't like super think about this.
Yeah.
This.
So Daniel Bryan.
Oh,
Goes
dude, that'd
out.
be cool if they made an action figure of a robotic Brian, because I would definitely buy that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, Doug would too.
we need to get on that.
Yes, you know how? Okay, you know how with the Batman toys, so this is Aqua whatever suit Batman.
Yeah.
This is Daniel Bryan armored or robotic Bryan.
We need to get in touch with a toy company
Fuck
that
yeah.
that makes action
Yeah, he
figures.
has little missiles and you shoot out of his arm.
Would it be like one of those where like his wrist falls down and the rocket comes out of his wrist?
Sure.
Because you could have that, like the spring loaded rocket or whatever. People could do that.
Yeah.
You got the elbow joint, the shoulder joint, and you have the special wrist thing
Yeah.
that falls down and the rocket comes out and you could shoot out of that. And like you put the wrist down and you push the missile in, and then he's got a little button on his forearm and you press
my
it and it
gosh,
launches
I would
out.
Definitely buy that.
Yeah?
Shit. Yeah, I would.
See, there you go.
Oh my
And you
God.
could even make the specialty ring with the trap door.
Yeah,
Just for that one. Yeah.
that would be awesome.
You'd buy that? How much would you pay for that? For that action figure?
The action figure.
What's a normal action figure run these days?
These days, they're close to like $10.
$10. Okay, so obviously this is a special edition, one of a kind. What would the going rate for this go for?
If it's only one of one, it's special edition.
Let's say 500.
500.
Yeah.
$12 to $15.
$12 to $15.
Yeah.
You pay that?
Yeah.
Would you buy more than one? One to keep in package, one to play with?
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're smart.
Yeah.
Good deal. So diving back on into Raw.
Sorry, we took a right turn and we didn't go back.
We went as far as we could, and Doug's not back. So
we did make Doug laugh about pulling the punches.
yeah, so he's got to pull the punches. You don't want to kill the guy. Like Spider-Man too. Well, and Spider-Man in general. They say, oh, he can actually kill someone just by hitting them, but he pulls all of his punches. Whereas in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, it looks like he's throwing his full force into it and not doing stuff. But he caught a car, so that's pretty cool. Welcome back, Doug. So diving back in to Raw.
What a miss.
A lot
of stuff.
A lot of interesting
there's
stuff.
also going to be action figures of Robotic Brian. All that stuff.
How could there not be?
Yeah,
exactly.
And I'm gonna buy.
He's gonna buy two of them.
I'm gonna buy two. One to play with. One to keep in the package. Yeah.
We talked about how the arm would fall down, and that's where you insert the missile. And
nice.
Yeah. So, so the next matchup we got to see John Cena and the Usos teaming up to go up against the Wyatt family. I felt like this was a very entertaining and exciting matchup. The crowd was definitely hot for it. Wyatt family's definitely getting over. Usos are getting over, and Cena's doing his job as as the guy. So, Doug, what did you think about this matchup?
I thought it was fine. I mean, I wasn't as into it as you were, but I didn't have any problems with it.
Yeah. How about you, Tyler?
I'm the same. It's just probably mentioned this like a while back. It's just crazy to see that that the Usos are really over. No, I mean, that's good that they are, but there was a point like a long period of time. It's like, man, push these guys.
When are they going to get their chance?
Yeah, and they, they're in their thing right now.
Mm-hmm. So after the matchup,
in my head, what I really was hoping Tyler was going to say is, "Yeah, I feel the same." But back to the Cyber Brian stuff.
Yeah, man.
So after the matchup, Bray Wyatt got on the microphone and said, "Thank you, John. I now know what I have to do." Didn't tell us what he has to do, but let us know that he now knows. So look forward to that feud to continue. Next up, Evolution came down. They cut a promo, and Bautista was sick and tired and sick and tired and sick and tired. And then Shield attack him again. So getting the once over for the second time in the night. What did you guys think about that?
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, they've been ambushed enough that anything is fair play between these guys at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm fine with the sneak attack. I thought it was pretty well done. And the beard really worked for Bautista. Is it just me? Or
it looked like he colored it.
Yeah, it does, but it sort of like works for him. I don't know. His heel beard is nice.
I mean, I'm digging it.
Yeah. So next up, we got to see Nikki going up against Natalya, apparently over something that happened over Total Divas. And I know you guys would love to go into that, but unfortunately, I didn't catch it. Something to do with a painting. And the other divas were outside the ring for whatever reason, judging it. So
yeah, maybe there's some connection there that we didn't get because we missed it.
Yeah,
but
they're doing more and more like stuff from the Total Divas on Raw.
It's just what we were talking about a few weeks ago about how a lot of the storylines for the Divas division is going to branch out from that show, and I mean, it's more and more apparent that that's true.
I don't know how I feel about that because the shooting takes place months ago. And it's now, pertaining into the storyline. But, I can say, okay, well, Natalya didn't know that Nikki said this about the painting, and so that's what caused her to get frustrated when she watched the show.
They should have done like Natalya versus from Funkadactyls, who lost the cat. Ariane. They should have done that. Like, oh, you lost my cat, and then Vinny's like the referee.
Well, you're an idea man tonight. You got ways to work Vinny in. Get him a guest referee spot. and Cyborg Brian.
Well, they did have the tension.
You're spitting gold tonight. Anyway.
They did have. It's the new haircut. It's allowing his brain to breathe.
I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm doing good.
You're good.
Hopefully I continue to do good throughout the episode.
Mm-hmm. So, but you know, like you said, they did pertain it in main event last week. Whenever Natalya and Ariane, they had tension between one another. So I guess they are playing into the storyline of what's going on. I guess with Total Divas. But it leaves the question: is a heel turn for Natalya in the works? Because she seemed frustrated and
she seemed
upset.
Say catty.
It should be because they portray her as like the suckiest on the show.
Yeah.
She's always like whining about some shit on the show. She might as well be.
So
this match was super good.
Yeah, they the Divas division stepped up this week. They put on some entertaining stuff.
This is legit the second favorite match of Raw. The only match I liked more was the main event, which quickly devolved into just a brawl.
Mm-hmm.
But I like this match a lot.
Yeah,
and this is gonna piss some people off. I'm just gonna say it anyway, and I'm only like a fourth joking when I say this, and it may have just been the camera angle, but Nikki Bella, better forearm shots than Wade Barrett.
Yeah, it did seem like they were kind of laying into one another. I like the interaction where Natalya was like, "Really? Like, if you're gonna hit me,
Well, they traded holds and stuff. They traded holds with reversing the ab stretch back and forth. They did some nice roll up stuff. What I thought what I liked about it is they seemed like they genuinely like wanted to fight each other, and it felt like a real fight as opposed to a lot of the matches on Raw. Just felt like they were just going through the motions.
Right.
I know people are going to be like, "Oh, it was Total Divas bullshit." And yeah, I also have no idea why they were scoring shit, and they were scoring very inconsistently. And why the fuck wouldn't Brie give Nikki a 10 for everything? I don't know.
Maybe she was giving the lower scores than Natalya.
We have no way of knowing.
Yeah, there's no way.
But yeah, I thought this match was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. It was very entertaining. So, good work from the ladies. Keep that up. Next matchup, we got to see Sheamus coming out against Curtis Axel. But before the matchup got started,
did I miss it, or was it unclear? They just sent these guys out there, and they just like let them decide who was going to have the match, and then the other guy decided they were going to have another match.
Yeah.
Well, pretty much.
They started off, Ryback getting in the ring. They got their little beanies on. And
matching, how cute.
Yeah. And so they tried to do rock, paper, scissors. That doesn't work because they keep choosing scissors. And then simultaneously they look at each other.
I saw a rock at the end though.
Huh?
I saw a rock at the end. It was like scissor, 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 rock.
Nice. And then they look at each other, and at the same time, coin toss. Pull out their beanies. Both have coins in their beanies. So I don't know.
How did that stay in there?
Maybe they just had a pocket or something. I don't know. But they reach in and pull out a coin. And
my favorite part was when Ryback is like, "Big guy out."
Yeah. and Axel was like, "Heads I win, tails you lose," and oh yeah. So I'm liking the chemistry between these two.
Yeah, they're evolving the characters, and I appreciate the effort.
Mm-hmm. So,
but it was not explicitly who had the match and why they had a second match after, right? Ryback jumped him, and then they said impromptu match, but he just decided, okay, I'll put the title up again.
The title wasn't up for grabs. It was just a competition.
But how would he not know, or how would they get to pick which one of them got to face him?
Yeah, I think it was, they decide who they're going to face, and then maybe during the commercial, Maddox comes out and says, "Oh, you two have a match," and walks back, and then they come back, "Hey, we're back, and we have an impromptu matchup." So.
Well, I'm cool. I mean, this is a good start to people who are like always talking about how unimportant the second tier titles feel. And that's a good start. Like he had 2 matches, back on Raw. So I mean, it already feels like they've acknowledged the problem with the belt, and they seem to put focus on it almost immediately.
Absolutely.
And Sheamus is a good guy to do it. As long as he doesn't have to talk much, he's a good worker. Well, it's not that he's a particularly bad talker. He's just not a good babyface. And he's not a great talker. I mean, he isn't a great talker, but he isn't like so dog shit that he couldn't communicate. It's just he's not a great babyface.
He hasn't been a heel since like was it like the Nexus stuff or whatever? Like right before that was when he turned.
I thought he hasn't been a heel since he was like doing the tables match with John Cena like years ago. Maybe I'm mistaken.
That was like right when like the Nexus stuff started
happening. My timeline's off then. But.
Yeah, it's been a while. Cause he was cause that was whenever the Nexus, went to attack him or something, and he took off running. So that was in the process of him getting ready to transition to face. So
that's a good spot.
It's been a while.
It has been a while. So but yeah, so Sheamus ends up defeating Axel, and then Ryback decided to get in the ring and attack, and they had an impromptu match, and Sheamus won that one as well.
Big guy out. So but yeah, it was entertaining.
Good work from Ryback, I think. And like I said, I'm digging the chemistry between Ryback now.
See, Ryback is good in small doses, but the problem with Ryback is he's not believable like working from underneath because he's so fucking jacked.
Yeah,
he's not great at selling, or I don't buy his selling at least, right? So that's my problem. If he's in a match long enough where he has to sell, I kind of like he loses me because he's either not great at selling or he's just unbelievable.
Yeah,
I don't know. I haven't decided which.
Okay. But next up, we got to see Stephanie McMahon come out and ask for Bryan to come to the ring, and she wants to say something face-to-face to him, presumably to strip him of the title while he's out with neck surgery. But
I thought.
Yeah, but we'll never know, I guess. Kane's pyro goes off, and Kane drags Daniel Bryan out.
I felt like her face was believable.
Yeah.
Whenever Kane dragged her, and she's like in the ring when she was like that. That's how I felt.
I feel like every other week it's like 1 week she feels genuine, the next week you can tell like it's sarcasm. The next week she feels genuine. It's like so
wishy-washy.
Yeah, so like bipolar of a performance. I don't know.
The thing that got me was whenever she went up to the stage to check on Bryan, and the trainers are, checking on him, and she just goes, "He's supposed to have neck surgery," or something like that. I was just like, what the hell is that? I feel like it's someone just trying to have someone listen to her.
Well, what it came across as me is like where they're supposed to be, you can tell they're in a position where they're supposed to be talking, but they maybe think the camera's not picking up what they're saying, so they're saying stuff so it looks like they're talking, but they're not expecting to be heard. You know what I mean? I mean, that's a real thing, right? Like when you're mouthing back and forth, but you're just saying stuff so they know you're talking, but it's not necessarily great dialogue. That's why I felt like they caught, but they actually caught what they were saying. You know what I mean?
He fell down. What happened to him?
Right.
Question mark.
Like, oh my god.
Also, she was like way closer and almost more concerned than Brie. Brie was kind of like letting her get all up in that shit.
Yeah.
She's like, "Hey, what's up?
Here you go. Here you go. You get in closer.
Bryan, you need to sell better." So
I'm not moving.
but he did help Kane drag him out. Did you happen to catch that?
I saw that foot.
Pushing his leg. But yeah. So Bryan gets help to the back. They put him on a stretcher, bring him to the ambulance. And then Stephanie McMahon, "I'm so sorry. I didn't know this was going to happen." And Brie gives her a death stare and then says, "Stay away." And then gets in the ambulance, and the ambulance drives off. So I don't know.
Then she gives that look.
Yeah, what's up with that look?
Next week it's gonna be Stephanie McMahon versus Brie Bella.
Yeah, possible.
I don't know.
So
Vinny is a special guest referee.
Next up, we get to see Dolph Ziggler going up against Fandango.
He's training to become a referee, and he's always there.
Yeah, he's been there since day one. So Dolph Ziggler versus Fandango. I didn't have a whole lot of interest in this matchup.
What we were talking about earlier with the stuff with Total Divas. Was not the Total Divas? When were they?
Cyber Bryan?
What?
Cyber Bryan?
When did was that on Raw where they were making out?
It was
or was that Total
SmackDown.
SmackDown? Okay.
Yeah. So I didn't really have a whole lot of interest in this matchup, and Layla causes a distraction, which gets Dolph Ziggler the win. But Fandango gets on the microphone and says, "Even though I lost, you
They're just like really playing up the whole Layla and Fandango thing. What did
Yeah.
JBL say? He graduated from he had Summer Rae and he graduated to Layla.
something like that." I don't know. I mostly tune out JBL these days, but
You can't.
yeah, you really can't unless you
Which
listen
kiss
to you.
did you think was hotter? I like how you immediately start thinking about it. Like,
Well, the SmackDown one was pretty good. The one backstage showed a lot more
I go
passion.
with Summer Rae.
okay, I can respect that.
So, but yeah, this is ultimately going to lead to like Layla versus Summer Rae, which is weird because I don't know.
That's my man. No, that's my man.
Yeah, they're fighting over Fandango.
They don't
and
sound like that either.
Fandango's like, I don't care about either of y'all. I'm with Eva Marie now or something. Who can't dance. So, yeah, what do you guys think about the matchup itself?
Meh.
I didn't think about it.
Okay. So next up, we got to see Hacksaw Jim Duggan come out, give his hoe, and, talking about how great it was that everyone's watching the WWE Network and Legends House. And then Lana comes out and introduces Rusev. And they basically tell him to get out of the ring. And Hacksaw says, "No, I've got my 2x4." And Rusev snatches the 2x4 and crushes it on his knee. And yeah, and then Big E tries to make the save, but Rusev kicks him, and probably sets
Two
up
big
a.
guys who are going to be versing each other. I don't know.
Yeah, this will probably be a payback match, just one of the filler matches. But what do you guys think about that? I thought it was good because it got the crowd behind Big E, and he's been slacking in that lately. Like you could feel like the crowd kind of turning on him.
Well, a while back, they turned on Big E and Sheamus.
Yeah. So, well, that was the night after WrestleMania where they were solidly behind the Wyatts.
That's true.
So,
It's true.
but Doug, what do you think about this? Big E versus Rusev.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah?
I'll give it a shot.
So let the
See
big
what
guys duke it out. Not too bad.
Duke.
Yeah. Duke.
What is the formula for these beans?
Beans.
What? What's that commercial with that dog?
Oh.
And his
Roll-
name's Duke. and it's
Roll
like-
that beautiful bean footage.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is that?
Man, your mind is all over the place right now.
I know, man.
So next up, we got to see Cody Rhodes going up
Welcome to my
against
world.
Damian Sandow. Cody Rhodes getting the victory
He got a haircut.
after an eye rake that the ref didn't see, and that caused him to win. So what do you guys think about Cody Rhodes, doing the dirty plays for victories?
It's normal these days.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I think it was like pretty much pushed as a turning point.
Yeah.
He did it to get off his losing streak, so I'm sure he's gonna turn. So
Mm-hmm. It's inevitable.
Cody Rhodes
The
versus
hatred is
Goldust.
filling his mind. So, but yeah, so Cody Rhodes ends up getting the victory. Next up, we got to see Bray Wyatt cut a promo talking about people and their greed, and he's suggesting a last man standing match between himself and John Cena. Is that something you guys would be interested in seeing?
I don't know what I'm really interested in seeing when it comes to them like coming like next in their feud. To be
Yeah.
honest with you, so I mean, I'm just whatever they give us, I'll
they,
take.
I mean, they've lost. They've completely lost me. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm that excited to see it. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna say, oh, this sucks or whatever. I don't want to see it, but I just don't like. I'm not saying I don't want to see it, but I'm saying they lost me, and I'm like,
Yeah, because it seemed like they had a lot of steam, and then they did the creepy children singing, and then the creepy one child at Extreme Rules, and then it kind of just went downhill from there. Because it was never fully explained what was going on, and we haven't seen anything like that since.
where's that kid at?
And Cena came out and delivered a promo on Main Event talking about what are Wyatt's motives. So he's trying to get the people to turn on Wyatt, and it's just, I don't know. I don't think they know where they're going with it.
Well, I think. What do you think about this, Tyler? Let me ask you this:
Uh-oh.
If Wyatt was to win the last man standing by the demon that is inhabiting Bray Wyatt exits his body in full demon form and is about to rip Cena's head off, and then Cyborg Bryan makes the save. How do you
so epic?
how do you play out demon form Wyatt
gosh.
versus Cyborg Bryan?
I don't know. I gotta check the history on that. I don't know how demons will fight.
We don't know a whole lot about Demon Wyatt.
Yeah. Well, we don't know about demons versus cyborgs and all that stuff, but it'll be a pretty epic fight. That's for sure.
Well,
See, that's why I'm telling you, you got to have that scope because it can switch.
Because hey, man,
you can switch to heat
missiles can hit a
vision.
demon, but that won't fucking hurt a demon.
Yeah,
Shit.
unless it's a blessed missile.
Some demons are past that shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. You gotta check the rule book on that shit. I don't know.
Do you know what like article or section
I
it's
don't
in?
know, man. Look it up on the internet.
Oh, okay. So for cyborgs versus demons,
Demons.
look it up on. Okay. So good stuff.
I would think the demon would get the best of the cyborg. But
Really? And then you have Cyborg Chase.
what if the demon form of Wyatt inhabited the cyborg parts of Bryan, so he's like feuding with himself basically. He's like man versus machine, but in the same body.
That would be weird. It's like he's trying to fight himself. He got his arm. He's like doing that, like trying to kick himself.
You know that scene in Fight Club where he's like, "If you don't give me all the money, I'm gonna say you like what does it say?"
Yeah, I know the scene that you're talking about.
Where he's like, "You agreed that
He's
if
like,
I blow you,
just give me the money, and
yeah."
you know,
He's like, "Yeah,
I won't reveal all your dirty secrets.
yeah," and he's like ends up beating himself. So like the match is like Bryan like punching himself in the face.
No,
I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen Fight Club?
I thought you were saying there's a Fight Club with whatever. With
The movie Fight Club.
Yeah, I've seen
cinematic
Fight Club.
cinematic film.
Would put
When he's in his boss's office and he's
yeah.
like, hire me on as an outside consultant, give me all this money, and I won't
been
air
a
out your
while.
dirty laundry. And then he throws himself through the glass table, and that hurt. And, oh God, don't do that. And then the security guard comes in, and he's all bloody and on the floor.
What's the number one rule of Fight Club?
I don't know.
You don't talk about Fight Club.
Okay, I won't.
That's the first and second rule. So, if I knew of such a club.
Also, don't touch people's butts.
Don't touch
No
the
butt touching.
No butt touching. So that brings us into the to the main event of the evening: Bautista versus Roman Reigns. This ended up.
There's no segue.
There's not. There's no way you can do it. But it ended in a no contest. A brawl ensued. The locker room was sent out by Stephanie McMahon to beat the Shield down, and Shield ended up grabbing the great equalizers and chairs and taking it to the locker room and standing tall. So, Doug, what do you think about this?
I liked it a lot. I thought Bautista brought his working Jordans that night. He looked sharp.
Yeah,
And they had a hot little match before it devolved into a brawl, and I liked the brawl just fine as well.
yeah. How about you, Tyler?
Yeah, I like to. I still like Dave. Like, it's so weird how my attitude has changed towards Dave and stuff.
Bautista.
Like, I don't know. I still felt like I was getting. I don't know. If
Well, when you're seeing him on the
out.
silver screen, you see him as Brass Body. You're gonna see him as Drax the Destroyer.
I was getting burnt out with him the last time, right before he said he quit and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, oh heck yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. And I want a cyborg Daniel Bryan action figure.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing that out there if anyone wants to make that.
Oh, so you're looking for handouts
quote
now?
Like the Batman and Superman like figures and stuff. This is like Cyborg, Superman, or Arctic Blast, whatever.
We can custom. Huh? We can custom one.
Yeah, do that, please.
Yeah.
I want to shoot missiles at a toy Triple H and Kane and Randy Orton, but not Bautista.
Okay. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're listening to a special interview segment for the official podcast for WrestlingNewsSource.com.
Okay, folks, joining us on the show this week, appearing at Comic Palooza in Houston, Texas on Friday the 23rd, Saturday the 21st. Also going to appear at Coastal Mania and Wrestling Super Show on July 12th in Galveston, both courtesy of Clutch City Productions. Two-time WWE Women's Champion as Victoria, five-time TNA Knockout Champion, also Knockouts Tag Team Champion as Tara, the one and only Lisa Marie Varon. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me.
We certainly
thank you
appreciate
so much.
you coming
I'm excited to for the Comic Palooza because I haven't seen Brooke Tessmacher in so long, and it's our first appearance back together.
Very cool.
You know, since I've been gone from TNA, so I'm super excited about it.
TNT explosion at Comic Palooza.
Exactly. Isn't that just have a great sound?
Yeah, absolutely. So you are going to be appearing at Comic Palooza, going to have all kinds of fun. You know, what are your thoughts about going to these conventions? I mean, is it all kind of fun? You know, with fans coming up, reminiscing of past memories and all that?
Absolutely. That's basically what I do. You know, I have a restaurant here in Chicago, and I'm here every single night, so it's basically a fan fest every night anyways. Like, I'm taking pictures, signing autographs, and talking about what I love, watching what I love, and making new friends in my city. So I'm super blessed at the point of my life right now. You know what I mean? All those bumps and bruises in the past are really paying off, you know? But I'm one of those people that I really love doing these autograph sessions. I go way over and beyond. I don't want anybody to have that experience, so I like every fan or follower to have a unique experience meeting me. You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
I love them. I absolutely love them. And also, it's also a reunion for me to, you know, to see some old friends, you know, at these conventions. So you know, it's you kind of try to make it a little bit of a vacation, just like to have dinner with your old buddies and stuff like that and catch up and find out what they're doing in their life. So I enjoy them.
Very cool.
You and your husband went into the restaurant business together to open the Squared Circle in Chicago. How's the business going?
It's going well. This is our third restaurant, so it's
nice.
We had two more, and we had a custom car shop, and then when we first got married, we had a gym. So we're not foreign to owning our own businesses. My husband's very stubborn and cannot work for anybody else, and he's been a chef since he was, you know, 15, 16. He's always been with food, and it's freaking awesome. Like, I mean, our menu, if you go to the squaredcircle.biz and look at our menu, it's very unusual items. I named a few things after wrestlers, and we do stuffed burgers and pizza made with duck fat, and we have adult milkshakes, and we do very well. You know, we both are workaholics, so I'm the front of the house, he's the back of the house, and it works out really well.
That's cool. That's cool. That's you know, some of the dishes are named after wrestlers and stuff like that. That's awesome.
Yes, yeah. It's they always get tickled too, but then you get people who are like, why don't I have a burger after me or a pizza named after me? And it's hard to please everybody. And I was like, if you make an appearance at my place, I'll name something after you. You know what I mean? So
the drink of the day.
yeah. Oh my goodness. But since I've had the restaurant, I've had, like, you know, Kevin Nash is a regular. He's been here 3 times. You know, with Jerry Lawler, DDP, let's see, Honky Tonk, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Mr. Anderson, Brooke Tessmacher. Oh my God, I've had so many guests come in, so I still feel I'm not out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's such a nice. I'm very lucky that I made so many friends in the business. It always pays to be nice, you see, because they'll always support you for the rest of your life. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you guys are doing events there all the time, and special events, and I know one coming up in June. I know you guys have a Sweet and Sour Larry Sweeney night coming up with a lot of the guys from Chicago are going to be making, from what I heard. Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely, and we have Ring of Honor donating some gifts to auction off, and all the proceeds go to a suicide prevention organization. So, you know, we're excited to be a part of it. His friend Karen, actually, she's here because it's indie night, so she lives in Chicago. Brought it to us, and we jumped on it, and we reached out and said, yeah, we definitely would love to be part of it. So, you know, it's pretty sad. You know, in wrestling, you're supposed to be this tough person, and with no family problems, you don't really air out your dirty laundry. You know what I mean? So you kind of bottle it up a lot, and it's important for people to know that they can reach out and have someone to talk to if they are under such bad times, you know?
Yeah.
Right. That's very cool of you guys to get involved in stuff like that.
Yeah, we're very lucky that people, you know, I feel very lucky that, you know, since I got a lot of followers, you know, I'm very social media, that I'm able to get the word out more so than, you know, what Karen can do. So I feel you know, everybody should take a part in this. You know what I mean? It's not all about making money. It's giving back to charity and making people aware. You know, Mick Foley, we had an event where Jay Lethal and Roderick Strong came in as guest waiters, and we gave the proceeds, like all the tip money, to Mick Foley's charity. You know, so it's a good thing.
Very cool.
Very nice. We do have some listener questions. This one's coming to us from Thomas, saying, many people consider your early years in WWE to be a pinnacle moment for women's wrestling, with yourself, Trish, Molly, Gail Kim, Lita, Jazz, so on. He wanted to get your thoughts on what it was like to be part of such an elite roster of female wrestlers.
You know, it's quite an honor. At the time, we didn't think we were all that. I mean, we're very confident in our work, but we were perfectionists. And before every house show, before every TV, we're in the ring for 4 hours working with Finley, working with Arn Anderson, Ricky Steamboat, all of them in the ring to try to better ourselves. You know what I mean? So it wasn't. We didn't have to do it. We just did it we knew our division was growing and growing, and then it was getting more difficult, and we wanted the viewers to respect us as not just female wrestlers, just as wrestlers, period. You know, and when I look back, you know, when I watched it here at the restaurant, we had the network, and when I watched some old matches, and I remember afterwards, I'd be, in my mind at that time, I was like, wow, that was an okay match, and then I watch it now, I'm like, man, that was a really good match. I beat myself up for like 2 weeks after that match. And, we were such perfectionists. If one thing went wrong or something didn't look believable, we dwelled on it for a long, long time. Mm-hmm. So I was with a lot of hard workers that made the time and got in the ring. I did watch Total Divas this weekend. Did you watch it? Did you guys watch?
We missed it.
We usually do,
yeah,
but we missed. It was a Mother's Day, kind of a crazy day. So
there's one part that I never, it's scripted reality. You got to remember that too. Right. But there was one part. I guess Summer Rae's been helping Eva Marie in the ring, and I guess Eva Marie didn't have time to practice. And Summer was like, have you even gone over any of this? Like for 15 minutes, she goes, well, my travel's been hectic, and I was like, wow. Back in our day, I hate saying that because I don't feel that old to be saying that, But right. Back in our day, we got to a ring 4 hours. I mean, we're like, hey, you want to get to the building at 1? We don't have to be there until 5. Let's get there at 1. We'll go roll around in the ring. Let's ask Fit, and Arn Anderson teach us a little bit more on the repertoire and work on our punches, work on, we were always striving to get better. There was no excuse not to get in the ring because I have a photo shoot.
Right.
So
right.
That might be different because I remember going backstage and talking to Fit, and I went to the ring, and I go, where's everybody? And he goes, oh, it's changed. And I go, what? You guys don't go in the ring and roll around and, and spar? And, I mean, it wasn't just us girls. We would roll around with the guys. Like Lance Storm was always there. Tommy Dreamer was always there. He goes, okay, let me roll around with you too, It wasn't a perverted way. It was always trying to make our division better. Yeah.
You mentioned just wanting to be seen as wrestlers instead of necessarily just being seen as women wrestlers. What's your thought on intergender matches, and how far do you think we are away from an intergender match being presented as competitor A versus competitor B and not man versus woman?
Mean, are you talking about a man versus a woman?
Yes, ma'am.
When we were doing those in the past, I was all for it. I mean, working with a guy is so much easier than working with a girl because they're so strong. They put you in moves that you didn't know you can put yourself into. They really lead the match. They're very good leaders. Like Eugene was really good. Nick Dinsmore was really good at making us look good. And but now we have Indie Night. Don't forget here. And I was watching an intergender match where one of the girls got punched in the face by a guy, and I went, no way, in my restaurant, right? They're like, what? What happened? And I go, a guy just punched her in the face. And so I think I got a little brainwashed into the PG-13th, and it was a little disturbing to watch, because when we first started, if I got punched in the face by a guy, I shouldn't move because they're like supposed to be 1,000 times stronger than I am. So it is difficult for me to watch. I don't mind mixed matches, like where the girl on girl and then the guy and guy, and then teasing the girl about to hit the guy or the guy about to hit the girl and getting cut off. But I don't want to see a girl get punched in the face by a dude. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay. Yep.
You did mention, going to the ring before, the events and sort of rolling around, and you mentioned how, Fit said that times have changed. Is there any desire for you to either return to the ring or even make a return sort of as a trainer, sort of down like at the Performance Center?
Well, I have heard that rumor. I mean, everybody that's been coming in every night. Are you going? I read on the internet, which we call the stooge sites, that you're going back. And I go, my phone hasn't rang. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I go, but I have a lot to give, a lot of knowledge to share. I think I can help a lot of the girls. I'm like, whenever I watch some of the wrestling, I text someone in the office and say, please give her to me for a month. Give her to me for a month, and I'll work with her and try to, but I don't hear back. But I think they think I'm joking. But I never said I was retired. I think as a wrestler, you don't say retire because you all are going to always show up either back in WWE or in the indie circuit, or So I don't let myself get out of shape where I'm not ready to go in the ring.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I think it's an ego and a pride thing for me.
Yeah, you just posted a video on your Instagram earlier today of you doing like leg reps and all that. Something I couldn't do.
It's brutal. It's so brutal. And you think that when you're out of since I'm not in any company right now, that you can kind of let yourself go. It's actually the opposite when you're quote unquote retire or whatever. When you go backstage, you don't people are checking you out, going, I wonder if she let herself go. So it's almost a little bit more pressure to stay in the same shape as when you left. God forbid you age or your metabolism slows down and you start enjoying the pizzas and burgers every single day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think maybe for a woman it's a little different. We have to, still take care of our face, our physique, our nails, our hair. You still have to present yourself as that girl that you left, because people will start feeling sorry for you.
And you never know when the phone will ring.
You never know. And that's like, you see Ric Flair, you just never say, you never say retire in wrestling. You never do.
What's the most important thing that you think that you've learned being in the business of professional wrestling?
Wow. For me, we were always walking on eggshells and always wondering, am I pretty enough? I'm skinny enough? Is my move, did my arm drag look good? Did my match, did people believe it? Were the fans involved? I think when people think you make it to WWE, that there's no more pressure. You know what I mean? It's opposite. When I go to indie shows now, I always wish I had the confidence level that some of these indie guys have. And it's like, because once you're brought up there, you are immediately put in position. You need to be humble. And I think what I learned is you don't settle for where you're at. You always try to perfect yourself and strive to be better. I mean, every match that we had, we never walked away and said, that was awesome. High five, girl. That was so awesome. I mean, we'll say, wow, thank you so much. I had so much fun. Maybe we should do this next time, or, and in my day too, we were a little bit more snug or stiff, or we lay these things in a little bit tighter so it's more believable. And I think it just, you never settle for where you're at. You're always, like for me in my business, like in the restaurant, I'm still striving to make it better. We're looking to expand now, and it's incredible. You know what I mean? And life is so fast; it passes you so fast. I can't tell you that.
Mm-hmm. We do have another a listener question from Lee saying,
Okay.
did you enjoy your match versus Trish at the Survivor Series in 2002, the WWE's first ever women's hardcore match?
Did I enjoy it? It was an adrenaline rush, I'm going to tell you that. Her and I beat the crap out of each other. You have your best matches with your friends, and it's because you have a lot of trust. You put your body in their hands, you know. And her and I had the rule: don't say sorry. You know, thank you for the match right now. I'm sorry if I'm going to hurt you, but let's give the fans a good show. In that match, the mirror was supposed to be a finish. I was supposed to smash the mirror on Potter's head, and in the match, she stepped on it on a move, and I didn't realize it until I went to grab it, and I was like, oh my God. And I also broke my nose in that match from that trash can, and chipped a tooth. And but that wasn't the part I was upset about. It was the mirror, the smashing of the mirror, because if you paid attention, I was yelling at myself in the mirror. The mirror was talking back to me. I was crazy Victoria, you know, thinking everybody thought Trish was better, and that symbolism of the mirror smashing on her head was ruined, and we had to improvise. I grabbed the wrong fire extinguisher underneath the ring because it had a pin in it, and she was like, let it go, screw it, just get in here. And I was like, I got it, you know, and I was like, and I pulled the pin out, and then and I ended it with a suplex. So I would rather have had it as with a mirror. That's what my disappointment was. But when I do watch it, my heart rate races again. You know, I feel like I'm at Madison Square Garden, and like all my customers here are watching it, you know, because they all request to watch that match here. So I play it once a night, and I still get nervous watching it still to this day, you know?
Wow. One of the most memorable moments for me during your career was WrestleMania 20, where you got to shave Molly Holly's head. What was sort of the vibe after that when y'all went backstage? Like, you know,
Yeah, I was nervous. She wanted to be the first woman to get her head shaved in history, and so she was willing to put her hair on the line. I put my title on the line. When I was cutting her hair, I don't know if you noticed, you're supposed to cut it with scissors first.
Yeah.
And no one went over. The guy that was standing next to us was actually Vince McMahon's barber in real life, and no one went over of how to shave a head. Or I cut her head several times. I mean, I was nicking her skin on her head, and when I went back, I was like, oh my God, we're going to get in a fist fight. I know what we're going to get. She's going to beat my ass. And it wasn't that way, and everybody was pleased with the match, and everybody was proud of us. But at the same time, I was like, I still felt bad because you really don't want to cut someone open. Do you know what I mean? And cause them, because we beat the heck out of each other during the match, and then now to cut her head, it was really brutal. And then I remember them saying, we need her bald by the time we get back. And I'm like, there's no way. And I asked the barber, I go, can you help me? And he goes, I'm not allowed to. I go, I can't do it. I'm like, I'm smiling to look like I'm enjoying it, but inside I'm going, I don't know how to freaking shave a head. It's so horrible. But she has a heart. She can't watch it. She came out here for an appearance at my restaurant to visit, and I had it playing, and she goes, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I can't watch this part when she got her head shaved.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, so I guess, But she looked beautiful bald. She had the face for it, you know?
Yeah.
She could rock it.
She did. She rocked it.
So, very cool. Who was one of your favorite people or favorite persons to travel on the road with? And, do you have any?
Oh my God, there's so many.
Oh
my God, I have so many
stories.
You ready for my list?
Hey, we got as much time as you do.
Yeah, it's like I have Candice Michelle, Tori Wilson, Chavo Guerrero, with Carlito. Oh my God, we had some good. Gail Kim was one of my favorites. ODB. I mean, you know, you have to ride with people because you're with them 24/7. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're driving with them. You check into the hotel, and then if the girls, we share a room, so you automatically form a bond. And I think in WWE, I know I'm missing to mention somebody too who I travel with, but I'm trying to think.
Brooke jumping up and down on the bed.
Oh, Brooke Chestnut. Well, come on, that's a given. Yeah, that's her and I. Yeah, it was. Yeah, we were crazy. We were really crazy. But her and I, we never had to go out or anything. We would have fun, you know, in the room and telling stories and stuff like that. So it was like, yeah, her and I are very tight. You know, I mean, even still to this day. And it was, man. I did notice that, like, people in WWE have a little bit more stronger bond than I do with people in TNA. I think just because I was with WWE 10 years, and we were on the road 4 days a week, not just at the Orlando show or, you know what I mean? It was not together that much. But I you know, immediately had a bond with ODB from TNA. She was one of my close friends there. That's who I'm facing in, at the Texas show.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited.
Definitely. How would you compare the backstage atmosphere from your time in WWE to TNA?
It's completely different. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's a lot of freedom at TNA. You know, I remember coming there and hey, what do you want out of this match? Oh, you just do what you do. And I'm like, what? And I was like, not used to that. It's not. I was used to a little bit more structure. You know, there's nothing like a production like WWE. No one is going to be WWE ever. And also, like, there was times I found out I was on pay-per-view through Twitter, and I called the office saying, "Hey, am I on the pay-per-view? I never got travel, and it's in 2 days. I don't know what's going on." And it was just WWE. It was organized. I'm used to organization, and you know, someone handling the PR department, someone handling our photo shoots. There's a department for every single thing you do in WWE. And if you're lost, you don't know what's going on, they have a department that's going to help you out. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I mean,
we must have structure.
No comparison. But I did have a good career in TNA. I had some good matches. You know what I mean? I wanted to go to TNA to face ODB and Kong. So that was like one of my dreams. And I got to do it, you know. And Mickey James and I, you know, had a cage match. You know, I had a good run there. At the end, not so much. I was a little bit. I didn't feel the passion anymore there. You know what I mean? So,
well,
that's the difference.
Yeah. Well, once again, you're going to be appearing out at Comic Palooza in Houston, Texas, Friday the 23rd, Saturday the 24th. Hopefully, we can get out there on Saturday and meet up with you.
I'm going to be selling my Squared Circle shirts from the restaurant, and my 8x10s, but mostly, you know, my sweatshirts and my T-shirts and fanny packs, which I brought back.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yes, I did. I'm bringing it back, baby.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm bringing it back. You'll see me rocking it because I'm very proud.
Very nice.
Fanny packs are awesome.
You're all...
I'm trying to look for Zubas, but I Googled Zubas. I wanted plain Zubas just so I can print my logo all over it, and I can't find any.
Huh.
It's so, they all have print or a zebra stripe on it, and I just wanted plain black ones. And then I ended up finding NWO ones, which I want. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
I'm gonna bring back everything, you guys. I'm gonna make it cool again.
Definitely.
Very nice. You're also going to be appearing at Coastal Mania and Wrestling Super Show July 12th out in Galveston. Again, both of those shows are courtesy of Clutch City Productions. Our good buddy Gilbert hooking us up with that.
Yeah, I'm so glad I met Gilbert. Gilbert's a sweet guy, and I look forward to doing business with him with the Clutch City Productions. He said he has a lot of stuff for me to do, so you might see my face a little bit more often on outside of the restaurant. So I'm excited for it.
Absolutely. And for those who are going to Comic Palooza, you can get your advance tickets now for photographs and autographs as well. by going to clutchcityproductions.com. You can follow Miss Lisa Marie on Twitter at Real Lisa Marie. I know there's tons of others, but I'm blanking out right now.
No, it's okay. But you know what? I'm a Twitter addict, so it's Real Lisa Marie. I am super addicted to Twitter, and you'll see me tweet probably all day long. I'm on there until 2 a.m. I have a problem, but I read everything. I can't respond to everything, but I do read every tweet I get. And, I'm practicing that block button a little bit more.
Block out the haters.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, like when I don't respond to somebody, they get really angry. Mm-hmm. And I wish I could respond to somebody. And then they start sending me pictures of them flipping me off. And I'm like, wow. Oh, no.
Wow. People on the internet are crazy.
Yeah.
And done.
Right.
Well, Lisa, it has certainly been a pleasure. We do appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Absolutely, and thank you so much. I look forward to meeting you guys, and I'll start following you on Twitter.
Awesome. Yeah, that'd be great.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, and have a great
All right. We'll see you in a week.
All right. Have a good night.
All right. Take care, guys.
Mm-hmm. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And now, the Legends House. Give me a break.
This Tony man. Legends never die. They just get better. Jimmy, I'm gonna kill you.
Holy balls.
And now it's time for Legends House. Since Mr. Abear and Mr. Doug did not happen to catch Total Divas this week. Sad times for that.
Damn it! Fuck that on-demand box.
But we did. I got to catch Legends House once earlier during the weekend. And we kicked things off pretty much right where they left off. They were heading towards Vegas, and some of the guys are in a limo, some of the guys are in just a van, and the limo ends up getting pulled over.
Uh-oh.
And
driver speeding.
I don't know what it was. It was never really said, at least that I remember. But Piper was trying to get Howard Finkel to talk to the officer and say, hey, is everything okay? Is there anything we can do? Because Howard got the king chair, which is, the chair that's right by the door. And so Finkel didn't say anything. He was like, okay, I'll say something. Okay, I'll say something. Rolls down the window, and the only thing he says, okay, thank you, officer. Have a good day. And so they were all like, you got the king seat. You're supposed to be in charge of all this. You're our leader. And you dropped the ball, and you could tell that he was kind of like, they weren't saying this to him, but they were saying it to the camera, and he could tell that he was kind of uncomfortable with that. But they end up getting into Vegas, and they're on their way to the hotel, and apparently, God, why do I always blank out on names? Tony Atlas starts getting just terrible gas, and he starts just cutting it out, and they're all,
cheese.
And Atlas was like, well, at least one good thing, we got to the hotel a lot faster. But anyways, they were there because they were going to join the Chippendale dancers.
Oh yeah, I saw a preview for that.
Yeah, and so they had to go get Manscaped. And
from the preview, it cracked me up because I know you can get to it, but that scene they're walking on stage and Howard Finkel with the 2x4, how he's walking, it looked funny to me.
Yeah, none of them knew what the term manscaping means, and so they were just like, "Oh God, what are they going to do to us?" So they go to the salon, and some of the guys get spray tans, and Piper gets his chest waxed. And if you've seen the 40-Year-Old Virgin, similar concept where Piper's just like, he's like, oh, you stupid, start just cussing at the lady. And she's like, why are you laughing at this? This isn't funny. And then Hillbilly Jim does it as well. And he takes it like a champ. Like, he's the first one's just like, oh, but then afterwards, he's just, he's fine. But then they get their spray tans and get everything that's done needed. Then they go back to the Chippendales dancers.
Wait, they didn't trim the pubes? That's implied in Manscaping.
Well, they didn't show it, but
okay.
You can use your imagination for what else was done. So they go back, And
That's on the X-rated version.
absolutely.
I have no imagination. Paint a picture for me.
Well, I can't do that. I'm sorry. I can't do it as well as you guys can. But you know, they learn their routines, and then they go backstage. You know, they learn how to properly tear their shirt off. You know, and you know, they go backstage, and you know, Hacksaw is standing back. You know, standing around talking to some of the guys, and they said Atlas walked by him and like nudged him out of the way, and so they almost had a huge brawl, and everyone's talking about it's going to happen. These two are gonna just explode, and you know, it's only a matter of time. And you know, they end up putting their differences aside for the time being, and hey, let's focus on what we're really here for, and we'll just not talk to one another. And so
See how long that lasts.
yeah, so you know, they end up doing their routine, having a lot of fun, and going back to the house. I don't remember exactly what happened after that.
Who got the most dollars stuffed in their jaw?
They actually didn't. They didn't do it for dollars. They came out and did their routine, and then they went out and had fun through the crowd. But
So Alice is probably the best in shape, right? He's still the most like swole. Because he's got some like.
he's got the big arms.
Right.
Yeah, he's got the big chest. But Hillbilly Jim, dude, like, you know, like I said, they waxed his chest and all that, so you could see his physique.
Yeah.
He's still ripped. I mean, he's still the hillbilly big guy, you know. So it was kind of weird seeing Gene Okerlund and Howard Finkel walk around without shirts and all
That's what I was getting at. It's like,
Yeah.
I can see Atlas
and Jimmy Hart in
Yeah.
his small little frame.
Right.
Hey, how y'all doing? You know. But it was definitely interesting. I was chuckling at some of the stuff from it. But you know, there's this undying tension. Oh, by the way, Gene Okerlund managed to squeeze the word balls into this episode, so that makes
the
it
gimmick, right?
That's 3 for 3. So you know, it's just
Holy balls.
yeah, all kinds of balls. But yeah, so whatevs. It was a crazy episode, and you know, next week they're gonna have to do some sort of painting for charity, and Tony Atlas doesn't want anything to do with it, and they're like, but it's for charity. He's like, nope, you know, don't want it. And it also shows them going to the grocery store to do some home country cooking with, like, you know, pig's feet and all that. And Jimmy Hart, being the picky eater he is, he's like, nope, not gonna eat that. Nope, not gonna eat that. Nope, not gonna eat that. So it's gonna be interesting to see what else
I
happens.
couldn't eat it either. It looks gross.
Yeah, it does.
It's just, you know, it's like just
You see it's like looks like a hoof, like, or whatever.
yeah, and they they get the camera and look into the pot that they're cooking in, and it's just this white, creamy looking, and there's just stuff in there. It just does not look appetizing at all. So despite what people say, oh, it's so good, you got to try it. I'm like, no thanks. I'm good.
Not for me.
So, yeah, like I said, I only got to watch Legends House the one time, and it was during the weekend, and there's a lot going on.
Our case for Total Divas, you're gonna watch it.
Didn't watch it. Deal with it.
Yeah,
Deal with it.
yeah, deal with it.
So
I
there you
mean,
go.
shit happens.
Yeah.
It was Mother's Day
Okay,
and then
weekend.
other shit. So
Then, because I missed I missed it on Sunday. Then I have on demand, but the box wasn't working Monday or Tuesday, so I was like, fudge.
Sad times. So that's pretty much how we close out Legends House. Time to go into the hot topics for this week. We had our Top Rope Tuesday Clutch City Productions prize pack giveaway. This week, all you had to do was finish Ryan's quote was,
by the power.
yeah, by the power, and a lot of people got a good response this week. And this week's winner, Gary Anders. So congratulations, you're going to be winning a prize pack courtesy of Top Rope Tuesday Clutch City Productions. Really good stuff. So this week, whose week is it this week?
Ryan went last week. I don't know.
Okay, so I mean, if you want to do one together, or Tyler or Doug, y'all decide. Coin toss, big guy out.
What do you think? Dead air. Dead air.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something.
I'll keep saying dead air so it's less awkward.
Okay, yeah, you do that.
Dead air. Dead air. Hey, just write in and tell us who would win between Demon form Way Bryant. I can't not talk.
Bray
Wyatt and Cyborg Daniel Bryan, and why. And why? If you just put a winner, then you're a little bit too lazy to win a T-shirt. And
use your imagination.
Yeah, use your imagination, and then whatever. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Who wins and why?
Yeah,
Demon Bray Wyatt versus Cyborg Daniel Bryan.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
So thank you.
Again, if you just put a winner, you're disqualified.
Mm-hmm. And if you're a previous winner, you're disqualified. And multiple answers, you're disqualified.
Yeah, nice try. Don't enter again.
Yeah.
And if you're Great Khali, you're disqualified.
Yeah, screw you, Khali.
Because like WWE superstars can't play in this.
Yeah.
So there you go. So
also, Khali gets kickbacks from us anyway.
Yeah.
So this week's Top Rope Tuesday Clutch City Productions Prize Pack Challenge list who would win between Demon Bray Wyatt or Cybernetic Daniel Bryan and why. So you got to give us the rundown.
And why is very important.
Yes.
Don't be lazy.
So there you go. Other bit of hot topic news, we have JR stating he does not want to be in the Legends house.
He needs to be part of the Legends house so he can cook some good stuff for people.
Yeah, where's that barbecue going to come from?
Yeah, man. Or whoever is in the Legends house, they just leave a copy of his cookbook in there.
Yeah.
And let whoever cook it.
There you go. So, Doug, what are your thoughts on JR not wanting to be in the Legends house? You bummed?
What else? I mean,
what else?
It's my prerogative. Do what I want to do.
So that takes us into the Q&A portion of the show. Your
used
questions.
To have that on tape. Bobby Brown in the house.
Oh, man.
Our answers.
We need to play that shit.
First question coming to us from Thomas. Drop it low, son.
Drop it low, son. Drop it low, son.
Saying, for anyone who watches Impact Wrestling, you'll know that MVP turned heel and announced he will face Eric Young for the TNA World Heavyweight title at Slammiversary. But with MVP becoming the latest person to join the dark side, I wanted to get your thoughts on heel authority figures in wrestling. From Vince McMahon to Vicky Guerrero, Eric Bischoff to Dixie Carter, there's never been a shortage of heel GMs, but what do you think of them? A necessary part of wrestling, detracting from straightforward wrestler-wrestler feuds? Your thoughts?
I think they're played out. I mean, the only more played out thing in professional wrestling the only thing stop dancing around like an idiot. You're freaking me out, man. You're really distracted.
It's the demon. Demon
Plus,
has
you've got that knife in your pocket now. I feel like I gotta watch you. I got an eye on you.
That's my work knife.
You don't need a work knife.
Yes, I do.
You don't need to pull it out on us.
I haven't.
Heel authority figures are played out, and the only thing as played out as them is like invading factions. I don't know. I think we could do without them for a while. I don't think it's a necessity.
Another thing that's insanely played out is the spot where they throw them to the outside and then they go to commercial. Just saying that.
Yeah, but that's more of a move thing, and this is more of a.
But it annoys the hell out of me. But anyways, I don't know. I feel like GMs are important to an extent because if you have guys come out there and say I challenge you to the title, you don't have an authority figure to come out and say okay, let's make this happen. Like you got to feel like there's someone in charge in a sense. I guess
board of directors, son.
Board of directors, commissioner, or whatever you want to call them. There's got to be someone out there to say, oh, I've spoken to, you have to have that voice out there. So, it's.
But he's saying specifically heel ones.
I don't care about whether they're heel or face as long as they.
What about just right down the middle?
Hey, that's fine too. I'm okay with that. If they can pull that off. So, but yeah. How about you, Tyler? Nothing? Okay. Cybernetic.
Plus
you want
MVP turned because TNA. That's why.
Yeah. So don't worry. He'll be back to normal in 2 months. So.
Oh, he hasn't been in that company that long. He's been a face that short amount of time he's been there.
He came to be the change.
He's secretly with Dixie Carter, even though he was fighting her.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
So anyways, next question coming to us from Sayer from YouTube saying, hello guys, as the Wyatts have established themselves on the main card, what do you think the future brings for these three guys and their gimmick? Personally, I love them at the moment, but when I saw their promo on Raw and the pay-per-view match, I kind of fell to the conclusion that their current gimmick is about to get a bit stale, and it won't take long before the crowd and people backstage turns on them. Another solid podcast, guys. Didn't even notice Tyler wasn't there. Creds to Ryan.
Oh, bullshit. Tyler's the heart and soul of this show. It'd be a much different show without Tyler. That's bullshit.
Without A-Bear, there is no show.
I know there's times where I don't talk as much. I'll admit that.
The fans won't care unless there's A-Bear.
Oh, yeah.
Tyler's the glue that holds this shit together.
So, what are your thoughts on the Wyatts? Where do you see their gimmick going?
Well, I mean, they can only do the cryptic thing for so long without giving any answers. They haven't established any motivation for them really.
Mm-hmm.
They could also do they're going to repeat themselves, I would think. You know, if they keep on doing the same stuff, like all the cryptic, I think they would repeat.
Well, the thing is they seem to want to play both sides. They want to do the weird cryptic, like you know in Dark Knight where the whole Joker thing is like some men just want to watch the world burn.
Yeah.
Well, they kind of want to have their cake and eat it too with it. They want to play like they're just weird because they're just weird and they just want to do weird stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then they keep alluding to a higher meaning, and if you don't ever pull back and say what the higher meaning is, then it's irrelevant.
He wants to watch the world burn.
Yeah, I mean you can't have it both ways.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know where they're going to go after Cena.
Yeah. There's no telling. But
what's really going to be fucked up is if Bryan has to vacate the title. That's really going to fuck up the whole scene. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But thank you for the question. We do appreciate it. Next one's coming to us from Steven Jones from YouTube saying, "Hey guys, thanks for last week's answer to my question on who you'd like to see return. Speaking of Lana's legs, yeah, the Twitter page you were talking about also retweeted me about Lana's legs as well. The pay-per-view wasn't too bad. I like Daniel Bryan versus Kane, and the Shield versus Evolution was just awesome, as I hoped it would be. What are some matches you guys would like to see soon or down the road?"
So is the Twitter account role playing as Lana's legs yet?
I don't believe so.
I don't care.
I'll check.
I don't care.
Like,
Well, I know, but
get on the bandwagon.
I mean, you
with
took
it?
the time to ask, so I'll take some time to look it up.
No, I just I'm only interested. I'm only interested if the Twitter is role playing as her legs. And,
Yeah.
tweeting as her legs.
They should.
Like today, I came out in the lovely red skirt. I don't know, but what are some matches or feuds you guys would like to see here in the coming weeks?
I mean, down
In
the road.
general?
He says see soon or down the road.
Or down
In
the
general?
road? Yeah.
Like anywhere or WWE specifically?
Open book. Potpourri.
With
I assume that they would
potpourri.
say WWE.
What does that mean?
I mean, it's just any and everything.
I assumed WWE because he's talking about that, but I guess it could be any thing. I know that we talked about, down the road for WWE, we want to see Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, for sure that.
Here are the,
Show for that.
Here are the last 3 tweets from Lana's legs. At Lana WWE's legs. Lana's legs. Hashtag VNIMANIE. Vimanie.
What does that mean?
It's what she would say before when she first came out.
What
Vimanie.
does it mean?
I don't know. Hashtag Lana's legs. WWE Raw. Ravishing Russian Ice Queen. And then there's a picture of her standing on the stage.
So they're basically tweeting a bunch of nonsense. They're just tweeting hashtags.
The next one says more of Lana's hot legs on Raw, Ravishing Russia, Lana's legs.
Get creative. Let me. What is the
Lana WWE's legs
at Lana WWE? legs.
Yeah.
If you're listening, you're probably not. But if you're listening, come on, be more
Come on,
original.
man.
Pretend you are the legs.
Yeah.
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 We'll follow you then.
Mm-hmm.
And
Maybe.
we don't.
Maybe.
That doesn't necessarily mean much because we don't have a whole lot of followers, but we do have Lisa Marie Vera now.
Yeah, we do.
Check and make sure she didn't unfollow us before we discuss.
Before we start making some. Hey, I at least took a screenshot of it, so she can't go back.
We can
on
prove.
it.
We can prove.
She still follows us.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. I mean, look.
So it should say oh, I'm tired. I walked everywhere today. Or
It's tired carrying Rusev through these matches.
I want to see Cesaro and Luke Harper one-on-one in a WWE environment. They've had many matches in the past. but I would like to see them mix it up in the Fed ring. As far as a non-WWE match, I would really like to see. Oh, let's see. I would really like to see Michael Elgin versus Shingo Takagi, but it's probably not going to happen unless Elgin like is about to get signed or something, and he gets released from his ROH contract, and DGUSA gets to suddenly starts to get booking the Japanese dudes again. I'd really like to see that.
I don't know if this has happened, but this is kind of random, and Doug can confirm if this has happened, right? AJ Styles versus AR Fox.
Nothing I'm aware of.
That'd be cool. Yeah, good matches, guys. So, thank you for the question. Next,
IWGP champion AJ Styles at the moment. Kind of nuts.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, thank you for the question. Next question coming to us from Victor. Saying, yet again, the episode is great. Nice to hear from Ryan again. I rolled laughing when Daniel screamed, "Forever!" But I do have a question. What wrestler do you think you could take on in a promo, and what wrestler would you be afraid to promo against? And please explain why.
Oh, man. I'm going to tell you, I probably can't take on anyone in promos for sure.
Oh, bullshit. Bullshit. Please, cut a promo as No, cut a promo right now as Cyborg Dino Bryan and talk in a robot voice. Talk in a robot voice.
No.
You can do it. We have faith in you.
I'll give you $1 right now.
That's a whole $1.
I need that $1.
He needs that $1 more than you know.
20 Give me 20 seconds of Cyborg Bryan promo in a robot voice, and I'll give you. Yes. That's right. Oh, look, hold on, I'm getting it out.
He's getting the $1 ready in his bent on destruction awesome wallet.
You know what? I'm gonna make.
Cool.
I'm gonna make it 3.
Okay.
$3 for 20 seconds of your time, sir.
Like to the fans or
your choice, dealer's choice.
I mean, you can start off with.
Just talk like a robot.
Well, let me tell you something, Mean Gene. Although, would he have the robotic voice being cyborg or more android? I would think the android would have.
I just want him to talk like a robot.
Okay, yeah, just talk like a robot for 20 seconds as Cyborg Dana Bryan.
Okay. Okay.
Your voice box is cyborg.
Okay, sure, why not?
Just waving dollars, and he's wearing green. He wants that. He wants that money.
Here comes the money. Money.
Here we go. Money talks. Here comes the money.
He comes out there, and I guess he was like,
money.
Oh my gosh.
Dollar. Ching, ching, bling, bling, got the cheddar. You ain't talking money, then your talking don't matter.
Okay. This is going to be weird.
What the fuck hasn't been weird tonight? Come on.
Okay, right.
Okay, with y'all. I wouldn't be here without y'all, the fans. Yes. Y'all got me these robotic arms and parts.
Hey, that last part wasn't robot enough. You gotta redo it.
And don't forget the missile.
These robotic parts. So I'm here to kick ass and take names and kick ass.
And don't forget the missile catchphrase. It was like suck on this or something. Whatever.
Suck on this rocket.
Suck on this rocket.
Suck on this rocket.
Doug has fallen to the floor. I think that was a good 20 seconds, yeah?
Cry robotic tears of joy. Yes.
And then we can do like a whole robotic.
What is it? Without y'all, I wouldn't not be here.
You earned those. You earned those $3.
I got $3.
You know, you can buy so much more Gordettos now. Good stuff. Congratulations,
Totally
Tyler.
worth this
$3 richer. So,
thank you, Doug.
No, thank you, Tyler. God.
You said that so like earnestly, like
Thank you. This means so much. That means the world. So yeah. So final question coming to us from Chris saying,
hey, wait. Hey, what's that girl's name that or lady. She might be a full-grown lady. I don't know. She was like, "Yo, I need." She wanted me to do the heel babyface thing.
Yeah.
Christine? I think I saw. Yeah, Christine. That's okay. Right, Christine. She was like, "Yo, did I miss the answer or whatever?" No. Here's the thing. Like, what I intended to do. Like, if you've been listening to this show for any length of time, you know my general feelings about that stuff. Whenever I was like, table it, hold on, I'm gonna do a big thing about it. What I intended to do was like, I just wanted to take all the talking points and all the, arguments from people. Tyler, you're throwing me off.
Playing with money. It's like $3 whole dollars.
And then
$3 whole dollars.
I was just gonna go through and kind of like rebuttal everybody's other things. But I really don't have time right now to do like a big essay thing about it, and I'm just too busy. And the real life shit I got to do comes before the podcast shit I got to do. So you're probably not gonna get an answer like that in that form like anytime soon. So I don't know. Sorry to let you down, but it is what it is.
Yep. There you go. Fair enough.
I don't have the time to do it, man.
Yeah. And
it's not like I have an answer. If you just really want an answer, the short answer is you can cheer whoever you want for any reason you want. I just take issue with some of the reason people choose to cheer people.
Okay. So final question or scenario coming to us from Chris saying, hey, here's a good what if topic for discussion. What if all this Kane versus Bryan stuff is actually just a way of solidifying that Bryan and Brie are together inside the ring as well as outside, and they're trying to introduce them as a power couple? All this is actually just for setting up the return of CM Punk, who will return with AJ Lee by his side, and CM Punk and AJ will, I guess, be the new Edge and Lita, and then Punk will feud with Bryan. It's a stretch, but anything in the WWE creative bubble is possible, no matter how genius or bizarre. And of course, this would only be possible if Punk does in fact come back. Would love to hear your thoughts.
As far as solidifying, I'm still out of breath from laughing at Tyler. As far as solidifying them as a couple on screen, I think that's pretty plausible. It seemed like maybe even their intention, but as far as the feuding with Punk and AJ, I don't think that was the case.
Yeah. Interesting concept though, but I don't see it happening. So, but thank you for the question. Make sure to submit your questions on our Facebook page, WNS Podcast, our YouTube page, WNS Video. Check us out on WrestlingNewsSource.com and WrestlingNewsSource.com on Facebook. Subscribe to us on iTunes by searching Wrestling News Source Podcast.
We're also on Stitcher, Player.fm, and Beyond Pod. Just search Wrestling News Source Podcast to find us.
Yeah, Twitter. The at WN Source for the main site, but they don't need it, and we do, even though we now have Lisa Marie Varon.
Yeah, and she actually sent us a response tweet, because I sent out one that said, major thanks to our buddies from Clutch City Productions as well as Lisa for coming on to the show, and that it was an awesome interview. And she said, "Thanks, guys." So
cool,
very cool.
Yeah, we need a lot more. Come follow us at WNS Podcast.
Yeah,
if you can't get enough of Daniel, and who can? It's at WNS_Daniel.
Oh, yeah.
Tyler is not ever going to tweet about anything, but you should follow him at Tyler_Aber.
I'll do this stuff every now and then. I retweeted something that's not wrestling related last week, whatever. I know it's whoop-de-doo, but I'll do stuff every now and then.
But follow Tyler at Tyler_Aber anyway. Let him know how much you like his promo. Tyler, you should just do a gimmick. You should do a gimmick style Twitter and just tweet as a robot or something.
Cyber Bryan.
That would be more entertaining.
Change your Twitter handle to Cyber Daniel Bryan.
Create a picture.
Yeah. And it'd be like, we can take the robot chicken and Daniel Bryan and splice them together. There you go.
I just got some new fixings on my arm.
Yeah. Had a circuit go down. Might be out of commission for the next day or two.
And one,
you can follow Lana's legs.
And Paige's ass. Daniel Bryan's cybernetic arm. So there you go for the podcast crew. I am Daniel Heron.
I'm Tyler Aber.
I'm Doug.
We'll catch you all next week.